All right, thank you for joining. Today I wanted to go over BTC USD on the Coinbase chart. Very quick and straightforward video. As you can see, we had a pretty nice sell-off, but don't be scared because if you do think about it, we're still in a uptrend, right? Higher highs, higher lows, prices moving higher. Even though we had a pretty nice sell-off, that is still considered a higher low in the grand scheme of things, right? So we made a nice little impulse higher, came back down, and it's time to continue with the bullish market structure and break these highs of around 67,000. Now I am expecting a little bit of a pullback first. Let's see where that can actually lead us. I'm hoping we do not lose the value area low, because if we do lose the value area low, then the next range below comes back into the equation, and then you can start to look for this support at around 69,000 to be retested before a move up. So right now we did impulse up after breaking out of this value area high. Consolidated, formed the range. As you can see, I pulled the fixed range volume profile of this upper range and the lower range, and as you can see, the value areas of both ranges pretty much compressed price. Price then began to impulse higher. There's enough buyers in the market willing to pay more for Bitcoin, so price did impulse higher, broke through the range point of control, which is a good sign. Good bullish sign. Failed to rotate all the way, which is not surprising on the first attempt. So it's coming back down, more than likely to retest the value area low before continuing higher. Because typically once price gets accepted into the value area low, it will then search for the value area high. And same thing, if price gets accepted in the value area high, it will then search for the value area low, right? Something to keep in mind. So since we are now accepted into this range, we had a few 4-hour closes inside this range, so price definitely has been accepted. Like I said, expecting that retest of the value area low, maybe a little sweep of the lows before continuing higher. If we do fail this level, I am expecting lower prices and probably a sweep of these lows before possibly continuing higher, right? So we'll just see how this plays out, but this market structure is what we want to see. We do not want to see this low lost. Because then it starts to become more of a bearish market structure, and then you can then start to aim for the lows of around 52,000. So right now everything is pretty good. On the medium time frame, go into the 30-minute, you can see price has been rejected, still holding this level. Let's go ahead and delete these really quick. Still holding above the value area low. And I am expecting price to come down, sweep the lows, pick up some liquidity before essentially moving higher, right? So let's see how this plays out over the next few days. But very good price action for people that are bullish. And once Bitcoin is bullish, then the rest of the market is bullish as well. All right. Now, if we do get up to this level, 67,000, there's a couple nice pivots up here where I will be considering taking a short, because you'll be sweeping the liquidity of this high. This high was made on the 27th of September. So keeping that in mind, a ton of liquidity up here since that date, and up here even more for people that's just been in a short since this very big drop, right? Which brought us all the way down to 49,000. Some people I'm sure still have their shorts open, expecting lower. But if price comes up, might trigger those shorts, grab some liquidity, and price could either reject and come down. If so, I will be looking at the short, or we can probably just get a nice short squeeze and impulse higher, then aiming for the all-time highs, right? And one last thing to keep in mind, this is pretty much a bull flag forming. If you have time, Google bull flag chart pattern. So it's a bullish chart pattern. And with that being said, price usually breaks to the upside. And if that was to happen, then the targets could be a lot higher, right? In my eyes, I'm expecting at least $100,000 Bitcoin within the next year. So we'll see how this all plays out. And if Bitcoin's at 100,000, I'm sure the rest of the market should be moving with it, at least Ethereum. But it's not like the old days, like 2017 or 2021. Because really quick, just so you can see, so Bitcoin had this very nice impulse up, probably because of the ETF filing and all the other stuff going on. But even though Bitcoin did make new highs, if we go to, let's just say Ethereum, for instance, just go Ethereum on any other exchange, right? Oh, this is very interesting. Very, very interesting. I'll look at that later, but let's just go to, yeah. So even though Ethereum had a nice impulse up, it didn't make a higher high. Same thing with 88, for instance. Altcoins are getting pretty much crushed. So Bitcoin had a very nice push up, brought Cardano up to 80 cents, and now sold back off basically to the lows. So getting another $3 Cardano is definitely possible, but you just see exactly what's going on, right? So in 2021, we had the high, $3, and that's when Bitcoin also made that high, 67,000. Now it's made a new high, but then some of these projects completely dead, right? They haven't really moved. They've just been selling off. Bonk actually made a new high. I mean, BNB actually made a new high. I think Bonk had a nice rise too. Yeah, Bonk had a nice rise as well, but it just shows you that the market's a little bit different, and just because Bitcoin pumps ridiculously high, we will get moves from altcoins, but it might not be as strong as expected. And yep, there's a lot more stuff going on here with this more in-depth analysis with Bitcoin. Still hit the golden pocket, broke some trend lines. I am expecting a move down, like I said. You have a couple anchored VWAPs pull, so it's the weekly anchored VWAP, monthly, and I just pulled it from the low. They're all kind of aligning at this point of control, which is around 62,000. And if we go to the Coinbase chart, that's still pretty much right where I was thinking, sweeping the lows and then continuing higher. So if you have any questions, leave it in the comments below. Like and subscribe, and I'm going to try to get another video out as soon as possible. Leave a comment with what project you would like to see me chart. Maybe I'll do one on XRP next. We'll see. Thank you, and take care.